Smith. What episode is this?
183.
We're already starting. Okay. Episode 183. I've got my Mardi Gras gear on today. Fat Tuesday is Tuesday. For those of you who don't know, you know.
Fat Tuesday. What happens?
It's Tuesday. Yeah, I guess I shouldn't say that.
What does that mean?
You don't know what Fat Tuesday means.
I know.
You've been living in Houston all your life.
Yeah, it's rodeo time. I don't give a fuck about that shit.
What are you talking about?
God.
Why are you cussing in the first minute? We can't cuss in the first minute, and we got a guest.
My bad. Yeah. Oh man. Yeah. My nigga Swift.
Well, you can't say that either yet. Man, we gotta get canceled already.
Okay, finish.
Explain Fat Tuesday, because I don't know Fat Tuesday.
So, it's the day of celebration after you have supposedly gave up something during this period of Mardi Gras. Like you get a chance to go wild during Fat Tuesday. Like that's the day where you can go nuts. We got our brother Swift here today. We gotta introduce him here in a second. But I was hoping that there would have been something wild in that movie when baby mama came over to the crib. I was hoping they did some Fat Tuesday there also. That's what I was looking out for. So, but look, episode 183, right, KC? 83.
Yes, 183.
183 of the Pour Horsemen podcast. We have a special guest in the building. We're going to allow him to introduce himself because I don't think we would do it justice. We would not do it justice. So put the camera on our brother. Let's hear it, sir. Introduce yourself to our audience.
How y'all doing? I'm Swift Sloan with Swift Motion Pictures, where we make movies, TV series, and documentaries.
That's pretty succinct.
Yeah.
And you do more, but you've been doing more than that though, right? Because we've been seeing you traveling different places, connecting with people. We definitely gonna get into your most recent film. Kind of let's get into your origin story. That's one thing that we like to do before we get started. But tell people where they can find you also before we get started.
You can find me on Instagram at Swift Sloan, SLOAN, and same thing on Facebook. But you know, it's kind of like just going to my journey of how I got going.
Exactly.
It was I started in this journey of entertainment in the book industry actually.
Okay.
You know, so I was publishing books, and actually my first three films, Circumstances 1 through 3 rather, is based on my book series called Motivation 1 through 3. So you know that's how I kind of fell in love with just the arts in general. Was first just writing books, and you know I wrote my first book, and you know when I wrote the book I said that it was going to be a movie one day, right? So, and at that time I didn't really know how I was going to turn it into a movie, but it was just in my mind to say that I'm just one of them people, man. I think I can do anything. I tell everybody that, and you know after about 6 years or something like that of me manifesting and working at it, you know, I was able to get the bread together and do the first movie, which was Circumstances 1.
Yeah, movies are expensive too. I don't think people realize how much it takes to put a movie together. So salute to you for doing it independently. Because
straight up.
Yeah, oftentimes what we see is people don't chase their vision if they don't have the resources. So tell us about the process of you doing it on your own, you know, hustling to get to that place.
Well, man, I mean, you know, first of all, you're right about that, bro. You know, the movie industry on the independent side is very difficult to break into if you don't have the resources or the funding. You know, I have a course, you know, with some of my students where I teach people how to make movies. And that's one of the biggest issues that, you know, people face is, okay, once I figure all this out and I learn it, I get the script, then how am I going to, you know, make this film?
Exactly.
So, you know, I was fortunate enough, you know, as I said, to just make some good business decisions with, you know, my first book and, you know, my first property, because I'm in real estate as well. And, you know, that's how I was able to kind of like finagle my way into making my first movie, you know. But man, I went around for 5 years. You know what I'm saying? I mean, at least.
Yeah.
Going to different people, you know, trying to ask, you know, hey, can you give me the money to film this movie? And then y'all got to understand something. At this time, when I was doing that,
2010.
I wrote the book in 2010. That's not when I wrote the book in 2009 and I released it and published it in 2010. But so I went on probably from 2011 to 2015 trying to get somebody to give me the money for about 4 or 5 years. And we actually shot it in, I believe it's 16 or 17, right? So we know.
Okay, so I asked that because that's the 11 through 15. That's when we were introduced to streaming platforms, and that wasn't even. It was only one for a movie, and then Netflix wasn't doing like original content like that. They only had like a couple shows. So who were you advertising? Like, who were you trying to get at the time?
I see you know the movie business because that's what I was finna touch on. No, for real, I was finna touch on that because in truth. That's crazy, man, because that's what I was going to say, because at the time when we was introduced to it, everybody know who was the first one for independent. Amazon. Mm-hmm. So, actually when I shot it, man, listen, when I shot the movie, I didn't even know how I was going to get distribution. I'm just going to be real with y'all. I had no idea as to like, okay, well, if I distribute this film, if I shoot this film, what am I going to do with it? Like, for real. Everybody was telling me when I shot the movie, like, man, okay, so when you get done with this movie, what are you gonna do with the movie? Because at that time, we wasn't even introduced, like the world, we wasn't even introduced to, like people were still stuck on the DVD.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like, okay, how was you really gonna make money off of that? So it was just one of them things where, to be honest, man, I just really feel like now in hindsight, when I look back on it, I think it was God that was moving in me to just tell me to do something, and I didn't know what was going to end up happening. But to be truthful, I came in at a time where it was almost like, I'm talking about perfect timing.
Opportunity was right there for you.
Shot it and everything. Yeah, that's when Amazon really started busting open for independent people. It was just, man, listen, it was pure time. And I'm talking about, even after we shot the movie, I went around for like a year, even after we shot the movie, trying to find distribution. Literally, I'm talking about, I ain't know where I was going with it.
Amazon played a lot of those independent Detroit movies.
Yeah.
A lot of I've watched probably about 5 or 6 of them.
How do you even know that?
I've watched.
He watched them.
So,
because remember, he said that's his favorite. Those type of
I like independent
classics.
No, I feel you, but I'm just saying how you found the algorithm for that. It's on Amazon Prime.
Yeah,
they send them to you. They send them to me all the time.
Yeah,
all the time.
Once you watch one,
they'll start showing
it's almost like a showing of it.
Because when I watched the one we're gonna talk about today, I saw his whole catalog start to show up. Like the ones you got on there.
But prior to like the streaming, I remember growing up, we had UPN. And UPN used to play independent movies on Saturdays.
Oh, you right. They sure did.
From like 12 to 4. They'll play 2 of them.
Stay on the mic.
Nah, UPN was nationwide. They had that's where they had 101 Moesha.
UPN was a Chicago station.
Oh, UPN.
UPN.
Man,
they call it You Pick a Nigga.
Right.
No,
that's what they called them back.
Bro, we ain't even hit 10 minutes yet.
And you are, since they had all the black
you owe
shows.
us $20 for 2 N-words.
Justified though, because that's what they had Malcolm and Eddie. And
so on Saturdays from that 12 to 4, they either played independent film or black exploitation movies.
Pam Grier was my favorite.
Yeah. And
still,
so
to this day.
I remember that because I used to have, like, especially when I was suspended from school and I had to stay in my room on Saturdays, I had to like just watch UPN because we ain't had cable in our room.
On me real quick.
We had cable in our room.
Pam Grier. How old is Pam Grier now?
Like 76.
Pam Grier. I'm available right now. I'm married, but I'm available. No. If you want to find me, I know you still bad as, what is she, 75?
I have no idea.
You might be bad at 80. I
John,
will take that chance.
How old is?
Can you look up Pam Grier for us? Go ahead. All right, back to our brother.
No, but that's all I was saying. Like that before the streaming, that was like the only window that I knew.
Right. Bro.
Yeah.
Did you have talks with Netflix at the
72.
time?
72. My bad for the extra 4 years, Pam Grier. My apologies.
You know, it's Netflix is a very challenging platform to get on. You can get on it, but you know, I like to tell people, just tell them the truth. You know, Netflix. So what in the film industry, when you are submitting your films to distributors, they have what they call deliverables, right? And the deliverables is the process of you giving them like all of the files for the movie, the artwork, still shots, the posters, any materials that they're gonna need to put the film up and get it on the streaming platform. Netflix is extremely difficult where, they deliverables, man, is like, I'm talking about a mile long, right? And a lot of their deliverables is, just to get a lot of these deliverables, like they ridiculous with the music clearances and the E&O insurances and all this kind of stuff. You're gonna spend a lot of money even coming up with a lot of those deliverables, if a lot of times you even got them, because when you're working on these independent movies with certain budgets, a lot of the things that they're asking you for, you don't even really like go about getting all of that.
Yeah, it'd probably price you out.
Because you don't need it. And the thing with it is like, if you go those routes with Netflix, you're not even gonna maximize as an independent filmmaker. You're not even gonna maximize on what you would actually make on your movie if you just distribute. Because first of all, Netflix is gonna give you what they call a licensing deal. They're gonna more than likely say, okay, look, LP or whoever, we're gonna license this movie out for you for a year. It's gonna be an exclusive deal if it's first come out. And let's say you tell them your budget was $100,000. They might say, okay, well, we'll give you $150,000.
Oh, damn.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Like, okay, you can just put that
just
movie.
The business behind it is ridiculous. It like they license podcasts now.
They sure do. Yeah.
But you can
Netflix does?
Not Netflix, but just places do.
Like the licensing aspect of business, like they're licensing podcasts now. So they'll give you they'll give Joe Rogan $100 million and what's that girl podcast that got all that money?
Guys We F.
Yeah, Guys We, yeah. So they'll give all that money to, I don't know if it's in like this in the movie industry now. I don't know what what's my man name with the Chinese thing that just came out.
Squid Games.
Like I don't know that.
And it's Korean.
I don't know what they got because the dude that made that was looking for a deal for a long time.
For like 5 years.
Did it independently and it was a big hit. They probably gave him, I don't know, they probably gave him what you just said and then it blew up and he came back like, hey, I'll take it down. Like, and then, yeah. So I don't know. I was just asking. I'm kind of curious about that.
Yeah, well, Netflix, I tell people all the time, man, Netflix is a medium for big artists. People like Will Smith, Kevin Hart, people like that. I mean, they're gonna get them all the money in the world because because it's gonna be easy for them to market it.
Yeah, like Adam Sandler is one of their cash cows.
Definitely.
Like Adam Sandler on Netflix is a guaranteed hit every time.
What is Amazon known for? Because Netflix, I say the comedy specials was carrying them for a long time.
So they got into the movies that they last big movie that they I think paid for was Chris Pratt in that futuristic movie or whatever where it's like a war. It's like a war and he goes in to
I know what you're talking tomorrow.
Like
No,
something like that. But that was
I know what you're talking about.
That was it was on Amazon. That was like a big
Coming to
ordeal.
America too. That was the last time I turned.
Well, that was before. That came out before that Chris Pratt movie. But Chris Pratt movie came out like in
Tomorrow War.
What about
like
the joint with Michael B. Jordan? Ain't that an Amazon exclusive?
Oh yeah, where he played.
Yeah. So
exactly.
It's like now all these streaming platforms are kind of just bringing in the actors, the A-list actors or the high-price actors now, where that was like back in the day, that was like a grave site. Like if you didn't go on a motion picture, that was just like a doom to your career.
Yep.
They considered that a doom to your career. And so
because it was a thing where, to be debuted or to have your movie released all streaming, it was almost like they treated people like when before the streamers, it was like coming out on DVD.
Mm-hmm.
But
going
now,
straight to DVDs.
Yeah, now it's a new day, so you got to understand, all of the money, man, especially on the independent side and the streaming, is what the biggest payout is going to be through Tubi. People don't even understand.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's what I wanted to get into. You released your movie on multiple platforms. Our audience is everywhere. Where would you prefer them to watch? Because we gonna talk about Untangled here in a second. Where would you prefer them to watch Untangled at?
100% go to Tubi TV.
Now Tubi is free though.
Yeah.
Compared to Amazon, where I watched it, where I paid like $2.99 or something like that.
Right.
So you still prefer them to go to Tubi?
Yes, because here's the thing: as an artist, so when you watching movies on Tubi and they hitting you with all them commercials.
Yeah.
So that's how we get paid.
So it's like YouTube.
Bingo, we get paid like that.
Okay.
And you stand to make more
Advertisement
money, right? And see, right now, Tubi is actually trying to acquire a lot of content, and they're Amazon's biggest competitor. They was bought up by Fox in 2000.
They sure was.
And what they're trying to do is bring as many independent people over there as they can right now. I mean, it's basically like the Black Netflix, and it's a situation where they're it's you gonna make the most money off of their platform. Like Amazon used to be, where you wanted everybody to go, but you know how it go when these big companies they got everything they need out of us. They don't need us no more, so they cut down on the pay.
Well, I watched it on Tubi. Them commercials along in the mug.
Those commercials. Those commercials was
I'm
in
gonna turn your shit off. But I kept going though.
I watched
the same way.
I watched
I pay for Hulu though. It's where I don't have commercials.
Oh, that's like an extended.
I use
pay,
somebody else's
I pay for-
Hulu, so I don't have to.
Man, come on, get your Hulu account, man. Come on, bro.
Nah.
Come on. All right.
Too many streaming.
So now there's genres of movies. Like you've got dramas, action. Go ahead.
My bad to cut you.
You
Before
good.
we get into the actual movie, I had a question. So I used like one of my it wasn't my favorite shows, but one show that I like truly like to watch, and I feel like it gave me an in-depth backdoor scene of what the industry looks like is Entourage. So I remember, because you go the independent route, that he tried to go the independent route to make a film. And he was trying to get the backing and stuff like that. And of course he had his agent and stuff like that. So even while you've been independent, do you have like an agent, or you just everything you?
Well, you don't really need an agent as an independent producer. You don't need an agent. You obviously you might need a lawyer to help you go over certain
Do the paperwork.
contracts and whatnot. Yeah, but you don't need an agent as an independent.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Will Packer, independent producer.
Will Packer, man, he's all like they say he's independent, but
Like starting out, like when he was starting out, like.
well, I'm gonna tell you, I don't really know like his backstory.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So back to before we get into Untangled, the pandemic special. That's what I'm calling it. So there's like dramas, action, romantic comedies. What lane of movies do you make?
Well, right now we've made a wide range of them. We made crime dramas, thrillers.
Is Untangled a thriller?
I would say
Because that's what I was gonna ask everybody to guess, but I felt like it was a thriller.
Yeah.
Just because my man was in the house.
Oh, that's so much.
I would definitely say that it's about 3 different genres. I'm thinking.
Okay, let me hear it.
And thriller is definitely one of them. A drama is one, and a little bit of suspense.
Okay. Crime.
I was personally hoping they would have turned into eroticism, but it didn't happen.
What is it? Well,
Eroticism, like his.
Oh, erotic. I thought you said eroticism. I didn't.
Yes, he.
Come on, man.
right?
I mean, I was personally hoping it turned into something wild. I was gonna personally show my wife and be like, "Look, I might have someone come to the crib."
Nah, little mama wanted it though. She wanted
I mean, so
little mama
That's so much to say.
we gonna get into Untangled.
Oh man.
First off, we know that was pandemic inspired, because no way you had that idea before the pandemic. No way. Or did you? Maybe we wrong.
No, actually, I'm gonna tell you, I actually didn't. You're right, man.
Okay, that's what I'm gonna say. There was no way. Okay.
Yeah,
Before-
I actually.
Before we started, you said like this was like inspired. I hope this wasn't inspired in like in real life.
True story.
Oh, this is true story. Yeah, stay on the mic. Put the camera in. Put the camera in. Put the camera
directly on him.
Make sure the mic is close to you. Is this a real life story?
If this is inspired by real life,
true story.
this goddamn movie deserves
An Oscar. All right, go ahead. Put the camera on. Put the camera on. Is this inspired?
Well, listen, I'm gonna say this. It wasn't inspired by real life events, but a lot of stories. Man, y'all.
No, keep it on. Keep it on. Keep it on. Keep it on.
There you go. Say
A lot of the story.
Dame Dash or you nigga.
A lot of the story came from, real life events.
Okay.
But it's like the story didn't happen.
Gotcha.
I feel like that story could happen.
But it has happened.
for sure.
Yeah, I feel like
it could happen.
Has happened. I mean, of course, the whole thing.
the murders and all that. That probably didn't happen.
And all that.
That has happened.
That happened 100 times.
There has definitely been a young lady without child who says she was with child. So showing up to someone's house like you gonna honor this union you created. That has definitely happened.
I absolutely hate Khalil. I am wearing a shirt that says "Hate is a virus," and it bothers my soul that I dislike this character so much.
Why? Okay, get to it. Why you hate him?
First off,
why you hate him? Come on.
I text y'all at like 5 o'clock this morning.
It was early.
It was like 5 o'clock when I started watching it. And it was literally the first conversation.
Wait, hold on. Before you get into that. First off, dope look, feel of the movie. The way you shot it was good. Like all the stuff that you don't usually see from an independent filmmaker, you got it, bro. Like for real. Like the quality of it, of the look and feel of it, stacks up to movies that we would see elsewhere. And a lot of times that doesn't happen.
Yeah,
like kind of how you said about the podcast. Yeah. Like, when I saw y'all, the first thing I noticed was the quality. I would have turned it off if the quality wasn't what it was.
For sure.
I thought the quality was dope.
Outside of biopics, comedies, and biopics, comedies, and hood movies are like my favorite three. So, like what he was saying, the quality was there. But it was his first conversation when Khalil came in.
You hate Khalil, don't you?
I was like, I'm about to turn this shit off. Because I didn't know just from that conversation if he was his dad or not. He was talking to him like he was like a stepfather or something. And so I was like, I would have killed this kid.
Come on, man.
I didn't know he was his dad. Like,
damn near. No, I feel you.
yeah, because he was like so disrespectful. He's smoking. First,
he did have that roach. He did have that roach. Yeah.
And so I'm like,
but Malik handled it well, though. He handled it well.
For our viewers, he had the guy that played Biggie.
And you've worked with him on a number of projects.
Gravy.
Man, a bunch of them.
Yeah.
I'm gonna check out what's it Consequences?
Circumstances.
Excuse me, my bad.
Yeah.
I'm gonna check that out again. I haven't seen it. I saw him on the poster. I'm gonna check that out.
No doubt.
I saw this one and like I was watching it, and of course, I kind of find myself to be what's it called? Cinematographer. Yeah, one of them. I watch a lot of movies.
You're not one.
We grew up. My dad.
But you're not
this
one.
This is a true story. Put the camera. My dad used to literally drop us off at the movies for like 6 or 7 hours.
He should have been. Y'all should have called CPS.
Nah,
like that's what should have happened. Like
my mom wanted us out the house. My mom got all boys. She wanted us out the house on Saturdays. We used to go hoop from like 9 to 5 at First Baptist. And then he'll take us to CC's. And then he'll take us to AMC movies. We'll be out the house the entire day. He'll take us to AMC movies. And he'll get us in and we'll watch all these movies.
No, so
that explains a lot though about
so this is why I watch a lot of movies. I can quote a lot of movies. And so watching this, I was like really detailed in like, I guess the details. So one thing that bothered me, of course, was Khalil. I don't
Why
like
do you
him
not like
whatsoever.
him? What did he do wrong to you?
Just how he talked. He was a dork. And then the whole like
But he had that fire YouTube show though.
He have a conversation.
He had the fire YouTube show though.
That's the thing. He had a conversation. Then he'd go to his phone. My family is trash.
Okay, so that's what I like.
Did he play that role well?
Hold on. Before he answers,
played enough for me to hate him.
before he answers it. I think that's what he wanted him to do because that's what kids do now.
Yeah, they are. That's what
as soon as they talk to their family, they immediately go share it online. So did he play the role how you wanted him to?
He played better than we wanted.
That's what. Because now you got someone who hated him.
I don't like him.
because here's the thing, though.
He made himself the goddamn self kind of hit. More memorable. Goddamn, what's the word?
I talked to
Memorable.
First
Damn.
things they say is, man, dude, that son, I can't stand, dude. Man.
Yeah, I actually like the son though.
You
Bro,
I'm a dork,
did
though.
his job for
He did it.
for
That's what I
everybody to
said.
talk about him and for him to hate him. Because I was like, yo, this kid here, man. but when somebody stands out like that,
He did a good
got
job.
something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And you know who else who stood out to me was the
side chick.
the side chick without the
she
baby.
did too.
That's 'cause
Yo,
of things.
she is phenomenal.
Just 'cause of
Where did you
things.
find her at?
Because
Oh, she definitely had him hanging.
That's crazy, man.
Where did you find her?
Well, you know,
And where can we find? Where can we? Where can
put the camera on him because I don't know parts of that.
where can we?
hey, keep him far away from me, bro.
Put the camera on him.
Do not incriminate me. Look. I think she's a quality actress.
Oh my gosh.
Yes. Great in her. She played the role well.
I thought Big Gravy was gonna take her down.
I would have preferred some action. You know, I think it was a family film. You know, in the end of it. But
was a family.
where did you find her at though?
well, she's actually from Milwaukee, man. And it was a thing where we was trying to.
Oh, the bow tie? Yeah, go ahead. No, we gotta talk about it. Go ahead. Keep going. No, do not look at them. Go ahead. Go ahead, go.
Listen.
We gonna make you laugh, bro. Do we need a shot break? Let's take a shot break. Shot break on camera here. Everybody, get us some red. Do you mind getting us some red solos? We gonna take a shot because everybody, look.
Hey, Swift, I ain't gonna lie.
Swift,
I'm thinking
stay on the camera. Stay on the camera. Stay on the mic.
The nigga had on this blue bow tie, man. Man, this blue bow tie was killing me, folks.
No, but first off, Swift, we enjoyed the movie, so we telling you.
The movie.
The movie, we gonna watch. We gonna tell everybody. Like
the movie is really entertaining.
Yes,
you will not.
that's why we showing you love, bro. Like we really enjoyed it.
commercials. Outside of the commercials, you're gonna be like really glued to this movie.
And I'm telling you right now, people gonna tap into the movie. Like our audience is definitely going to tap into the movie. You will see this. This comes out tomorrow. You will see by Friday. People will have tapped into the film more. I can promise you. I
I see y'all do like film reviews.
Yeah, we do that also.
Yeah.
So this is kind of a
our Patreon episode is gonna be the full film review of your film.
Oh, wow.
It's gonna be the full film review of your film.
Okay.
So, but
So we should hear more roasting.
no, it ain't. No, this we're not roasting.
Okay.
This is us. This is us.
We gonna talk
no,
about the
we
movie.
show love.
What I'm saying is like it's some part like, okay, first of all, the whole thing with Gravy wearing the bow tie.
That's what we want to know. Let us know.
My thing,
bow
We get it directly from the source, so this is
the
good.
thing, we was talking about this morning. That was Gravy's first time actually playing a role like that. So, to be honest with y'all, he was extremely excited.
Oh, okay. Now we know.
He said, "Bro, this is my first time where I'm gonna actually be able to like do a family movie."
Okay. Now we get it.
Like that.
Yeah,
Now
yeah.
I mean,
Toast up
yes, sir.
blessings.
to Swift.
To two Swifts.
and
You ain't Swift, bro. You ain't never been Swift.
and that blue bow tie.
And that blue bow tie.
So yeah, it was something very different for him, man, and it was something different for me, because I done worked on with Gravy.
God
said
damn that shit, man.
at least 5 movies. So
Nah. So
to see him in that mode, like, even with the whole when he was introducing her as the ballerina.
that's what I was gonna ask you. Okay.
Yeah.
So here's another thing that I was wondering about. In the film, you used the pandemic as inspiration, but you changed it. You changed it where people had to be really on lockdown. What made you kind of take that spin on it?
Well, what made me do that is because I thought that it would have been a dope movie. You know, when I first thought about it, when we wrote the movie, I thought it would have been a dope idea to actually have this guy stuck in the house with. I got a towel.
Okay. I know the lights get like and you know we probably stressing my brother out, man.
I'm gonna tell you, I feel like I'm on stage right now.
This these lights. Yeah, these lights. Yeah, these lights.
But the thing is, you know, I thought that it would have been a dope idea.
It was a dope idea
to actually make all three of them be stuck in this house together, but. It wasn't just about just them three. It was the whole concept of Untangled was about Malik untangling a lot of different things.
Of course, because he started getting to his book.
His daughter.
Yeah.
Knowing this stuff.
The relationship with him and Khalid was all jacked up.
It was.
Mm-hmm.
It was.
They had him when he was young.
Mm-hmm.
So it was about them being forced to deal with everything.
Of course. Of course.
You know what I'm saying?
I just wish that they would have just had at least one session for me. Hey, I'm always horny. I'm an old man.
Shut up. Oh my God.
Boy, you need to untangle your loins.
I was trying to watch it Untangled. Then you said, yo, I was ready. I did the Sunday reset like B does. I was ready to do it. So, now the ending of the movie I want to know about, like, cause I was expecting maybe like a twist or something along those lines. Tell us how you came to the end of the film. Well, and because I don't want to say it because I don't want to ruin it for the audience, but give us an idea how you kind of close it out.
Well, as far as like with the ending, I have to give that credit to the key writer on the movie, which was Dwayne Edwards.
Man, salute to Dwayne.
Yeah,
that was dope. Salute to Dwayne.
Phenomenal. You know, so he came up with that part. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, it was just one of them things because I wanted to have an ending where, you know, the ending that I originally had, it was supposed to have been one where they all kind of like worked out their differences and they just like figured things out
and gave me what I wanted to see. That I mean,
it wasn't necessarily all the drama. But
he wanted Mr. Marcus to direct the picture.
We couldn't end it that way.
Yeah,
Mr. Marcus.
Agreed. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
You had to have some confidence.
You did.
So you know, like I said, once again, I'm gonna shoot it back to Dwayne, and I'm gonna give him that.
Dwayne did a great job there
because he.
Did he holler at us, Playboy?
Yeah. You know, he
for
said,
real.
man, look, we gotta have a conflict in there.
Okay.
So that's why we did.
Nah, it was fire.
So what's next for you then? Like clearly, it looks like you found a lane. You have created a style. Like I would imagine that you have a style that you like to shoot in, record in, the type of movies. What's next for you?
Well, what's next is you know, this year we wanna shoot a series.
Okay.
You know, a series. It's Black DiBiase. It's called. It's Black DiBiase. This is a book that I wrote. You know, some years ago. Actually, my last book. And you know, we've been working on this series for a while, and you know, honestly, it's one of those things where I, you know, really just been trying to build up the infrastructure and the knowledge, because when you're dealing with those series, you know, it can get a lot more complicated.
Without
than just
question.
shooting a film.
Yeah.
You're talking. You basically damn near shooting, you know, 2 or 3 movies, you know, in one. You're talking about, especially if you're doing 30 to 45 minute episodes in the series. So, you know, we just want to venture off into some different lanes.
Okay.
You know, and just
Where did y'all shoot this movie?
Untangled?
Yeah.
We shot it in Milwaukee.
Okay. When are you planning on shooting in Houston? And which one of these 3 will you use in your next project? Which one of these 3?
Can't use you.
I said these 3.
I know, because he can't use you.
Yeah, I'm clearly gonna ruin the film. Which one of these 3?
Too. Actresses gonna
Which one of these 3 are you gonna use in your film?
We can shoot all. We can get all y'all in a movie.
Hey, I got a question about that.
We could do a podcast scene in a movie.
I'm gonna tell you right now. Me just sitting
I'm a bigger
here,
role than
let me tell
that.
you, my strong suit. My strong suit is producing. Man.
No doubt.
So, as a producer, what you do is you always coming up with ideas. Being a producer, you have to have the ability to bring teams together, know what type of stuff will work. You know what I see this
Isn't
movie
it more
being?
so financial?
Wait, let him finish.
No,
let him finish. Let him finish. Let him finish. Let him finish.
This is the movie concept that I got right now for the Pour Horsemen, right? 4 dudes, who is on this journey to try to get their podcast picked up, right? So they on this journey to get their podcast picked up, and they get all the way, you know, they actually on episode 180. And they get a call from some people, you know, it could be, I don't want to say nothing crazy, but like
Spotify.
No, it could be somebody where they kind of like making a deal with the devil because they want that. You know what I'm saying?
I'm definitely doing a deal with the devil.
They get in bed with this person to make this deal, and he telling them, look, I'm gonna get y'all solidified with a deal for $10 million. The only thing is they know better. Everybody been telling them do not do business with this person. But they do it anyway because they want it that bad. But when they do it, they find out all of this other stuff that comes with it. So now what they dealing with is, and now that's act 1 and 2. No, act 1. Act 2 is all of these things are revealing themselves, which is the guy that they're in bed with, he owe people all kind of money. They come into the podcast looking for him. You know, they're actually the company that they did the deal with. That guy was in debt with them. They didn't go over the paperwork like they should have. So it's a thing where now they in a situation with the company. And what they also didn't realize is they sold the rights.
KC, are you in?
Okay, so
hold on, KC, are you in? Are you in?
I'm gonna be the guy that killed the devil.
Don, are you in?
I'm definitely in. I'm gonna take my portion of it, go to Mexico, and then when we do the show, y'all can FaceTime me and shit like that.
JC, are you in?
Be Jada peeking.
And how often are you gonna have your shirt off? Go ahead.
Yeah, but you know we got the financial king over here.
Yeah,
like
he not gonna let us fall.
I'm
gonna have the paperwork right.
Our listeners will be like, "This not accurate," because LP will be like, "Khalil,
Because I'm a square.
you know, guys, I wouldn't even allow this."
Yeah, I'm a square. I'm a square by nature. Contracts are my thing.
That's what I'm saying. So we can tweak that part a little bit.
And you know, here's the thing.
But it don't matter though, because remember, we shooting realism. It doesn't have to be us.
It would be like kind of on the
Gotta
lines
make
what he
sense,
said, but then like we get the actual money, but then it flips us, like we start going out of our character, and then I end up in the final scene cutting LP.
Hold on. Take a pause. Let me fix his mic. Hold on. Hold on, because I got something.
No, I got something to say too. It can be fucking satire though.
Wait a second. All right, let's make sure he good. Check it.
1 2.
He good? Okay.
It can be a dose of satire, cause
Explain satire, brother. Yeah, all these.
it's like a
I'm tired of
comedic.
this shit. Yeah.
It's like it's folklore, it's fiction, it's like comedic relief.
Okay.
I'm definitely going out of my character when we get 10 million. I'm in Megan Good's DMs. I'm in
10 million. Whew. Hold on, how much is that between 4 people?
Oh, we both get 2.5. We good.
After taxes, you still get a meal.
No, after taxes, you're going to get 1.75 because
what
I'm going
I'm
to make
saying.
sure we all set up LLCs where they can only take 30%. We good. So,
Hey, I'm not gonna slice him at the end. You gonna make sure we have money is right.
but I'm
Man, that
definitely
dude quick on this.
But I'm
That
definitely-
nigga named Swift too. It's 3 Swifts up here.
He stroll mile.
But y'all be on the lookout for the short film on the Pour Horsemen's journey. I think that's a hard idea.
That's
I really do think it's a hard idea. Just short film.
Nah,
It don't
for
have to
real.
be 13 minutes. It ain't got to be nothing long.
Yeah.
I think that's a dope idea.
You just came up with that on the fly? Nah, that's amazing.
It's that maker's mark. It's that maker's mark. You know what I'm saying? All right. So because of course we got some other topics, you're more than welcome to stay with us. But we do want to take a break here for a second. But let's tell people again where they can find you, where they can find your most recent film. Y'all tap in, Untangled. Tubi TV is what you prefer. But let people know where they can find you and all that good stuff again.
Again, you can find me on Instagram at Swift Sloan, SLOAN. You can find all the films, Circumstances 1 and 2 on Tubi, Untangled on Tubi, The Rise and Fall of Cuckoo Cal on Tubi. It's another film that I produced for my homie of mine. It's called Trust Nobody. We just dropped that on Amazon.
Bet.
You know, and we got Circumstances 3 coming out. So y'all be on the lookout for that. Circumstances 3 will be out probably in the next maybe anything under 60 days. We finishing up some stuff with it right now. So yeah, we moving.
All of that is priority for them to go watch, or you want them to watch Untangled?
Untangled first, right?
Untangled.
Yeah, definitely go watch Untangled. You know, I mean, but you know, definitely go get caught up on the whole Circumstances series if you ain't in tune with it yet, because part 3 is a banger. We got Jeremy Meeks in it. We got Hoops.
Okay.
You know, we got Gravy.
Bro, I used to.
Jeremy Meeks.
Hold on.
Which
Stop.
one was it?
That's
Prison Bay.
Yeah.
Prison Bay.
Okay.
Okay. I used to love Hoops.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Hoops from Flavor of Love.
Yeah.
And I was so mad when she kissed
still in
Flavor
shape.
Flav, bro. Like that hurt me.
So how did you feel when she started dating Shaq?
That hurt me too. Like, cause I know Shaq
Breaking up.
We're not gonna disrespect.
Tough.
We're not gonna disrespect.
Take another shot.
But y'all tap in. We're gonna take a quick break right now before we get into some topics. Mr. Sloan is with us today.
Yes,
Take
sir.
a break.
We're
All right.
gonna take a shot.
We're gonna take a shot
before
real
we
quick
get drafted.
because brother Swift stayed with us before. I'm not getting drafted. I got bad knees. So wait, hold on. That's the question. Let's take a shot real quick. So who in here is going to World War III? Phil is healthy enough, and we know JC the Bod.
I'm gonna go hoop with Phil.
Nah, bro, you going
and try to
straight.
do all the acrobatic
No,
shit,
you are going
and my ACL's gonna give out.
Hold on.
And then I'll just be on recovery.
JC is gonna be front line. He is gonna be. You remember on the Forrest Gump, the brothers who was right there. That's
Damn,
JC.
I'm buddy.
You Forrest Bubba Gump.
God,
You say, what's wrong with your bottom lip? You can't tuck your lip.
You say
You say you
I'm
gonna.
gonna tell the U.S. now.
He say you gonna get a trip on some tripwire. He's like, I was born with big gums.
But we do appreciate brother Sloan for staying with us.
No,
we
for sure.
thought he was gonna. We thought we ran him off for a second. I was nervous.
Almost did, man.
I thought we ran him off for a second. He sweating and shit. He had to take off his.
It's like,
First off, your varsity jacket is hard. I want a Swift
it's
Sloan
hard.
varsity
I
jacket.
see
what he
that.
say? Tommy, we sat here for this entire dinner. I watched the sweat boil on your head.
He was sharp though. Like, I wouldn't know.
But okay, Russia has all of a sudden decided to invading Ukraine. They want smoke with Eastern Europe.
That's great.
I don't think we know all the specifics, but one thing that is interesting about this war is the first social media war.
Yeah.
Like if you think about it, there are clips
That's
of
crazy.
people on
parachutes,
Twitter
nigga.
on parachutes
Yes.
and tanks, and
He
that is
filmed
crazy
his
to
partner
me.
jumping out the plane.
That is
And
crazy
filmed
to me, bro.
himself jumping out the plane.
What's insane to me though is that all of a sudden all this money coming out to help them. And it's like, dog, we just did a whole
quick.
40 minutes about a movie about the pandemic. They gave us $1,200.
Well,
And-
I didn't get 12.
You didn't get it because you rich.
I'm not rich, but I didn't.
But they gave us $1,200 and then just was like, the hell with it.
Like
Like Will Smith, nigga, the hell with it.
We are sending $450 million in aid.
350.
Oh, 350 in aid.
I'm gonna give them that 100. It was three. I think it was 350.
Okay, 350 in aid to the Ukrainians. Russia is no longer allowed to transact in the world banking system, which is basically NVIDIA, the SWIFT banking system, which does all transactions that settle within 10 days. So that's my world. That's kind of what
I have no idea what the hell you talking about.
And then also what's crazy, their airspace is now no longer allowed to have Russian planes fly into the U.S., Western Europe, China, and all the way south is Australia. So he may have made a mistake.
All this bank talk, I'm still disputing overdraft fees.
Yo, overdraft fees do be tripping. Go ahead, bro.
Shout out to Zelensky. That's his name.
Oh, I thought he was about to say shout out to Putin.
No, I hope I'm saying this man's name right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we know
you
what
are.
you're
You
talking
are.
about,
Yeah,
but
I know.
I thought you were talking about Shalatsky.
Because the man, I seen a quote the other day. They
Sandwiches are
said
hard.
the United States told dude
Yes.
they will send over somebody to pick him up.
To
He
evacuate
said,
him.
Man, I don't need a ride. I need
I need ammunition. He said, I need ammunition. He's on the front line.
This thing ever.
And he's
Shalatsky,
who is
he's
He's the president.
The president.
He needs to
Yes.
drop.
out there in the paint with these people.
He needs to drop a mixtape right
He
now.
had a video. He had a video with like, I'm the president. Here is my prime minister. Here is such and such.
And
We're out here. He was saying it. Like,
Could you
we're
imagine
out here.
Biden doing that? He
Hell
probably don't
no.
even know his
That's
trial. He
George
don't even
Washington.
know Vice President's
George
name.
Washington was the first
Man,
Jewish.
fuck
What are you
George
talking
Washington.
about?
But George Washington, he made him president because he was out there fighting.
Fuck George Washington.
Man, nah, you know your history.
true.
No, that's what y'all learned at TSU. That is not actual history right there.
is.
No, it's
Dog.
not. No, it's not.
Did they teach you at TSU that he was having niggas' teeth in his mouth?
He a fucked up dude. But that's when I hear that.
Don't give him no praise on this. Hey, that ain't gonna get no praise on this.
Yeah,
pod.
we listen.
We don't even like his dollar bills.
Do y'all think
4 quarters.
now the United States they saying that they don't? Of course, they can't violate NATO's agreement.
Correct.
Of sending troops over there. But do y'all think that if this was an Arab country or an African country, would they have let, like, let's say Russia would have been Iraq,
Let me answer this.
Syria,
Let me answer this.
or Nigeria, would they have broke those procedures?
Hell no,
Okay.
because this is why.
Talk to me.
Currently now, like literally right before I came here, there's an African dude that lives in Ukraine narrating everything that's he stays in Ukraine. He's narrating everything that's going on. They are constantly getting all the Africans and foreigners out the trains and buses for the natives, pushing them to the side. He's literally saying that they was talking about all the women and children going first. Not one African woman is allowed.
Now
They've been pushing, it's videos as well. They've been pushing on the train to get like the women in like the little spaces. And they gotta ride on these trains for 7 to 8 hours.
To get to Poland. Yeah.
And they're in these little spaces. So hell no.
But to keep in mind though, just think Russia is the whitest country in the world other than like Sweden.
Norway.
But
Other than Sweden.
But it's Ukraine though. That's what they're in Ukraine trying to get.
But what I'm saying is,
out.
but what I'm saying is, Ukraine is basically Russian.
Okay.
Like those are the same people.
Yeah, I remember because we in this age where social media is like real. I remember that hashtag Stop Coney.
Oh, I do remember that
shit
too.
lasted for like 3 weeks, and it was like an African general genocide. He had something,
he was,
and he had like these kids that he was fucking over, and it was like a big ordeal for like. I want to say it lasted about a month, and a Netflix movie, ironically, with Idris Elba, and he kind of played him, and then it just completely went away.
But to Swift's point,
still
though,
leaving.
but to Swift's point, if it was in the Middle East, we would have been sent troops.
Man, listen, they would.
Period. We would have sent troops, bro. We sent troops every time.
It's because they trying to get the resources.
Listen, they being very diplomatic about this. The United States is being very diplomatic about this for this reason. Let's be real. Because these are all Europeans.
Correct.
At the end of the day, this is what they come from. You know? So what you got to think about is when you understanding that, you know, I heard somebody, this one guy, I was watching some Instagram stuff, and dude was talking about how everybody had blue eyes and he couldn't believe
Yeah,
this.
blonde hair, blue eyes. He couldn't believe it.
You know, it's like, okay, so basically what you're saying is if it would have been some people of color, this wouldn't be a problem. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, of course, all of this is subjective.
But one thing, though, that we got to keep in mind, Russia has the second amount of nukes next to the U.S.
When you say nukes,
I thought China got the most.
No, no. The U.S. has the most nuclear weapons.
bombs.
Okay, bombs.
The-
And you
the-
said stop Coney?
Stop Coney.
Yeah.
Stop James Coney out.
No.
Oh my gosh.
Cause that shit is nasty.
I know
The only person I knew that kept up with the hashtag was my partner Harvey, and I thought he was doing it for trolling. He may have been, but he was like everybody was doing it, and then it lasted for like 3 weeks
did.
to a
I know what
month,
you're talking about, yeah.
and then it stopped, and he was the only one that kept doing it.
But look, nuclear weapons change all of this because do y'all know how many nuclear weapons it would take to destroy the world?
Tell us.
Take a wild guess.
3.
5. 5.
It takes 8 nuclear weapons to where we have what's called a nuclear winter,
Wow.
where there's no sunlight.
How you know this?
It'd be Armageddon.
Yeah.
I'm a nerd. I'm a nerd.
How much time you got on your hands,
How
Playboy?
the hell do people? How do you know what they say is right?
Because what happened in Hiroshima. And what happened in Chernobyl.
Drop bombs like Hiroshima.
Look, so peep this, bro. Look, peep this. Chernobyl, it took like 50 years. Who? Chernobyl.
Where's that at, Playboy?
That's in Ukraine.
Okay.
Chernobyl took like 50 years before the radiation levels were where it can be habitable. Like where people could even just go walk into it.
So they got bombed before?
Yeah, Chernobyl was the first radioactive disaster that happened to a power plant.
Was that the HBO movie?
It was Chernobyl. No, series. It was a series.
Series.
It was a limited series on HBO. Then you got to think about Nagasaki. That happened in Japan and Hiroshima.
I remember that nigga Wolverine saved that nigga from that shit.
I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna bullshit you. Hold on real quick. This nigga smart, man.
Yeah, he's smart as hell.
This motherfucker knows some shit, man, that I wouldn't even give a damn
Albert
about.
He said it take 8 nuclear
Look,
weapons.
Albert Einstein, you know Albert Einstein.
I
He was
know
a
the
part
nigga
of
with
that
the wild hair.
project, right?
I was definitely a part of the Einstein group.
No, I'm just saying, Albert Einstein was him giving him a connection. Of the
Yes.
Hiroshima thing.
So Hiroshima, when they dropped
And Big
the
Pokey.
2-ton bomb,
That's my nigga from
the
Yellowstone.
2-ton bomb in Hiroshima, the plume from the cloud blocked out the smoke.
Okay.
The plume from the cloud blocked out their atmosphere for like almost like a year.
Damn.
Like where no one could live there. Like if you go look up like YouTube, what happened to them, like they couldn't habitate that space for decades.
Plume means smoke?
Smoke. So what I'm saying is, like, if you think about a targeted attack, like let's say you did something in New York, let's say you did something in Paris, let's say you did something in the Bahamas, let's say you did something in Hawaii, bro, the sun is gone, gone. And like I said, I think it's like 8 to 10 that would just ruin the whole world.
Damn.
And Putin is threatening that. Because you know, right now he got his nuclear thing to elevate it, which means that he's saying that we need to be on alert for a nuclear strike. Which nobody ain't about to strike them with a nuclear weapon.
Exactly. I mean, come on. It's dude just talking. I mean, if that's what he on, because you got to think, man. And that man ain't trying. First of all, he got too much money.
He don't though.
He's not trying to see the end of the world.
Man, Russia been isolated for the last 6 years.
For real?
So, okay, so I'm gonna get into my job a little bit.
Go ahead, do your thing, Playboy.
So,
shit.
put the camera on.
Time almost up
Put the
anyway.
camera on.
You gonna run out of time anyway.
So, before the fall of the Soviet Union,
this nigga smart. Go ahead, brother. I like how you started.
You know what I think
of the
when
Soviet
I think,
Union.
no lie, before I not to cut him off, but when I think about Soviet Union, I think about Zhang Ji from Street Fighter.
yeah, Zhang Ziv was hard.
You know what I'm saying? Nah, I would never pick him.
I did. I used to pick him.
Of course, he don't know because he ain't had no childhood.
He ain't
But-
played Street Fighter.
Y'all know Street Fighter.
What's Street
yeah,
Fighter?
yeah.
Who's the main character on Street Fighter?
The nigga that throw the ice at you.
That's Mortal Kombat. God damn.
That's my favorite character.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. See, my nigga Swift know what's going on. Man.
That's not even a Street Fighter.
Hey, listen,
When I
Street
be
Fighter,
beating my son,
Mortal
Mortal
Kombat,
Kombat,
that shit is all the same.
That's the character I always use.
That's what I'm
You know, he
saying,
hate
man. Y'all wanna confuse Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat. I don't give a fuck, Playboy. Go ahead, smart brother. You
Smart brother.
My nigga started out this shit right, man. Go ahead, smart brother.
Smart brother.
School us real
Live
quick,
amongst
man.
white culture. You're gonna start learning how to use mayonnaise.
Yo, mayonnaise is fucking gross, bro.
I fucking hate
I
mayonnaise.
fucking hate
I don't
mayonnaise,
even go
yo.
down the grocery aisle.
I don't even. If a nigga put mayonnaise on my sandwich, I smack
crab
it.
cake.
My bad, Swift. We not
told you I
look,
was
Swift,
going
man. We
over.
not
But look,
we not
I
real
went-
Swift, man.
I
Swift
went to
can't,
brunch
he can't even
yesterday.
go back to Amazon now after this
I
episode,
went
bro.
to brunch yesterday and I had a crab cake and it was like hollandaise. And I was like, what is that? He was like, it's like a mayonnaise. I said, I don't want that shit. I stopped him in. Like, I don't,
shit is
he gave me like some crawfish A2
If you
type
eat
sauce.
mayonnaise, bro, we smacking the
Mayonnaise
shit
is-
out you.
That shit is
I remember I fought a dude because he like ate a sandwich.
And he had
and
mayonnaise on his
he had
lip.
mayonnaise
Yeah,
on the corner of his
I
mouth.
smacked him too. Yeah,
He was
like to
talking
me,
around
to
me.
me,
I was like, bro, get from
if
around
you
me.
be, if you eat mayonnaise or bananas in front of me, it's plex.
I ain't fucking
Dog,
straight
Straight
up.
up. Like, yeah,
Bananas are disgusting,
Nah,
too.
you gotta peel the bananas in the middle and
I
cut
don't
them in
need that
chunks.
potassium. I get it some other way.
Yeah, I don't need potassium either.
Nigga, for an early morning workout, nigga, banana.
Yeah, you're a weird
I
dude
ain't
though.
gonna
So, well, you're white. Put the camera. We don't even have a camera on you. You're white. White people love mayonnaise. Okay, all right.
Undercover Brother taught us that straight up.
Undercover Brother did teach us that. You need to make Undercover Brother 2. All right,
No,
so
he
They already
don't.
got
Because
one.
it's already a part
Then
2
three. He
with
needs to make
Michael J. White, and it was absolutely terrible.
I never saw that. So
God,
we
it
don't see
sucked.
it. Okay, so let's get into the fall of the Soviet Union. So, fall of the Soviet Union.
Crazy segue.
They had one of the largest economies. This is before China. China was considered what's called an emerging market.
This during or before
Stalin.
Gorbachev?
During.
Okay.
Okay.
So he's smart too.
For who?
Gorbachev.
And this is not in a Spider-Man or nothing like that, right?
I don't even know who these people are. I'm
Nah,
with you on this one.
I don't know what's going on. I'm lost.
That's
I'm
what it
trying
is.
to
That's what it is.
Hey.
That's all. I'm just trying to
These
figure
niggas
things out.
Hey, put the camera on me. These niggas paid attention in school. Look,
Yeah, because I'm lost. I don't know.
Stalin, right?
I'm trying
Who
to.
you
Stalin
say?
is Germany.
Gorbachev?
Hold on. He said Stalin.
going on?
Stalin is Germany, and that was when you had what was going on with like Hitler and shit. That's what you
Yeah.
thinking of.
Oh.
You're like,
But
you're
what
like,
was
you're like 40 years before.
But what did Swift say?
Swift said
Swift said Gorbachev.
Okay, see,
that
that's
was
why
before like the Berlin Wall and shit like that fell.
See, I remember Globotron.
Did you think that was
Ain't
a
that
tattoo of Russia on his head?
Yes, I did.
It was
I
a
did.
birth certificate.
It was a birth. No, it was a birthmark.
Birthmark.
Yeah, my dude is drunk. He said birth certificate, but the camera on Swift.
Hey,
We got him.
What's
We got him.
Globotron?
We know.
Goddamn small soldiers. What was them niggas called? Global something?
No. It was the Commando Elite.
You see how?
But I'm saying, what was they from? Some shit.
You see how I'm fucked
It's
up?
crazy.
You
'cause
see
That's
how
what
I'm
made me.
fucked up?
That's what made me think of. I would never think of these people names like no goddamn Globotron.
I mean,
It's Gorbachev,
Mike
first
Tyson
off.
got them niggas.
the Gorbachev.
Stay on the mic. Stay on the
No,
mic.
Boris
The
Yeltsin.
Boris Yeltsin. Yes.
The Gorgonite, yeah.
The
You
Gorgonites.
get back into
So to make it short, to make it short,
Real quick, hold on before
Now I
LP.
feel smart.
to make it
You
short.
said
There's only two people that know.
Thank you.
you said Boris who?
Yeltsin.
Boris
Yeltsin.
Only nigga I know is Boris D.
Oh, Boris Kojo.
Oh yeah, I know
Kojo.
Boris Kojo too. Boris Kojo, he a player. Yeah. I like his wife. I like
had
his
to
wife.
help you in the spur of the moment.
Yeah.
All right. The Spurs. Y'all are whack. All right. Hold on.
Dude.
I'm gonna make this short because we already run out of time. My man gotta go.
That's true.
The Soviet Union used to have like one of the largest land masses in the world. Okay, what you see now of Russia, a lot of Russia is, which he brought up, a lot of Russia is frozen right now. Okay. So a part of this conflict is getting access to waterways, which they annexed Crimea back in 2017. And then also what they did in Georgia, not Atlanta, Georgia, but Georgia in Ukraine.
Yeah, I'm glad you specified.
I did. They annexed that also. So they need access to waterways because a good amount of their area is frozen. Like,
Damn.
Russia is so cold, you can't even do a lot of shit out there. Matter of fact, they couldn't even go invade until the area froze over for them to get tanks and shit across.
Wow.
Okay, so what's happened is Russia has been on an island by themselves for about 6 years, where sanctions have hurt them, oil reserves have hurt them. They were planning to do a deal with Germany, Germany had them. There was a pipeline that was going to be a transfer of wealth back to Russian citizens. That shit stopped now. So Putin may have actually made a misstep. He may have actually made a misstep in this, but we don't know. If he threatened nuclear weapons, you get 10, 20 of those out there.
You say anybody interfere,
the world is over.
This shit just turned into CNN at night with Wolf Blitzer.
Yeah, I am Black Blitzer. Put the camera on me.
This is exactly why I failed my ACTs, because I didn't pay attention to none of this shit you were talking about.
That's not on your ACTs.
Y'all don't think that nigga name is Wild Putin?
Oh yeah,
no.
that's probably why he a bully now, because niggas probably talked about him. Putin.
Wait a minute.
You know how the Russians talk. I don't know.
He got $640 billion reserve worth of gold.
Yeah, and he's buying Bitcoin right now.
Bro, $640 billion in gold.
But you got to remember
the world.
You got to remember gold.
Yeah.
Mike. So gold right now. For those of you, I don't want to talk to market right now.
Go ahead, please. I need to know this.
Hey, my Bitcoin on Cash App been trash. I be ready to slide you and Buddy from the other guests.
The smart guy? Yeah, man.
It went down
Bring that nigga back on here,
and
man.
then it went back up.
Look,
That's the Green Bay shit. Didn't what you call him give you that?
Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, but I put some money in there too.
listen, Bitcoin right now is one of the only decentralized currencies that you can purchase.
And hold on, decentralized. Explain that.
Which means no government has access or control over it.
Okay.
It is managed by the blockchain, which keeps each transaction separate of what can happen by a global currency system. So what's happening now is what they fear is that while we may be able to sanction Russia from using transactions of American dollars, Mexican dollars, Belarus dollar, etc. They can go directly into Bitcoin. But if that was the case, then the system of Bitcoin may have more regulations behind it, because now you've got some foreign money that we know is evil involved in it. Although a lot of Bitcoin really, to be honest, is drug trafficking, illegal activity, etc.
We need to put this nigga on Jeopardy or Wheel of Fortune or something. Make us some motherfucking money, man. This nigga know too much shit, unnecessary shit, man. Give a fuck about none of this shit, man.
But to something to something you care about, because we need to get out of here.
Okay.
James Harden is no longer fat.
Yep.
He looked good.
He looked good the first 2 games.
He had a triple-double today.
Had a triple-double today. Had 25 and like 12 the other day.
He had 25, 10, and 17. 25, 10, and 16, excuse me.
So
God
is Harden back? Like, is he back?
Boy, he
When
happy.
that motherfucker's happy, he
He happy. Happy.
I mean, the strippers in Brooklyn was doing drill music, so he ain't like that.
Triple H.
Nah, he is. That nigga's happy, man. You can see it.
Happy hooping hard because he's gonna get paid.
Where do you put Philly at now? Are they back in the East?
They in the mix.
Eastern Conference Finals.
Tyrese Maxey.
Swift, are you a Bucks fan?
Man, come on, bro. 100%.
We don't like the Bucks around there.
I can't lie. Giannis a bad.
I don't fuck with Giannis.
Hey, see, what? You did it with the left, so you was really rocking them
with Michael Redd.
Had Michael Redd,
Because I got my mic.
but Michael Redd though, he was lucky lefty with. I rocked
fuck
him,
with Michael
and then
Redd.
y'all had our Houstonian, who's a legend here,
TJ Ford.
Everybody here had that jersey.
Yeah, TJ Ford. All right, and then last thing, because I'm gonna just go straight to the STEM player. We'll talk about academics later.
Yeah.
We'll get into that later.
Fuck.
Did y'all spend $200 to get Dom to 2?
I would never ever.
Well, listen.
I respect the game.
Hold on, let's hear it.
I'm trying to.
Help him out again.
That's number 2.
That's number 2. He drunk.
Go ahead.
We got him right. We did what we were supposed to do.
Check.
You good? Okay, go
So
ahead.
in the spirit of supporting independent artists and also me understanding technology, I plan on getting it.
Okay.
But I'm just trying to really feel like, what is it? I don't even know what it is.
It's a fucking
It's
CD player.
it's like a.
It's like a.
It's
CD
like
player, MP3.
it's a almost like an MP3 player, but it's like you can control hearing. Like somebody
You can
posted a
isolate the
video.
sounds.
Somebody posted a video of Frank Ocean. They isolated his vocals using the thing, and I mean, to people that listen to music like that, I would say they probably getting their money's worth.
Yeah.
Me, I don't listen to music like that. I don't need. I still listen to the same playlist over and over. Like I got like 6 or 7
Man,
playlists.
just go get Trader Truth's bump box.
Yeah, that's
go get his bump box right now.
But that though, if you working with Kanye, he gonna have Mike Dean. He gonna have the good vocalist. He gonna have a good rapper. So you can isolate what he talking about. When I hear a Don Toliver album. That Don Toliver album, niggas sleep on that. I'll listen to that.
Nah, who sleep on that?
A lot of people sleep on that shit.
Hell nah. Don Toliver album
The
is dope.
sounds on that album is a vibe. Nigga.
I agree.
He's a Houston
artist. He's a Houston artist.
Travis Scott.
Travis Scott put him on. But
Don Toliver's albums are hard.
Hard. The sounds in that. So that is not. That's probably not a bad idea. But and then as far as like, I guess they're pushing it like merch. Like how he does his merch and shit. Because they said he sold out. When he did Don the One, every city he went to, he did 3 shows. He sold out all of them.
I mean, I like Don the One. So, but look, we have kept our brother Swift too long. We done got him drunk.
Squid.
He ain't here fucking up our mics.
Yeah.
He ain't here sweating. But we had a good time with him.
For real.
So, Brother Swift, put the camera on Brother Swift again. Give the people a call of action that they should do right now, and then also give a young creator. We got a couple in here right now, both of them working on film projects.
No.
Let's give something for the young creators. Also, cameras on you, brother.
Well, lastly, man, definitely please go watch that Untangled on Tubi TV. Go watch that Untangled. Share with a friend. Put it on your IG. Put it on your TikTok, Facebook, whatever it is you got. Let people know. We proud of the project, and I think that it's really a dope movie in general. As far as young artists, who are looking to come up in the film industry, what I would say is, just don't never let anybody tell you what you can't do. At the end of the day, it's like we all trying to figure this shit out. And
Agreed.
You just gotta go head first, and you have to believe when you come up with it. You have an idea in your head. You just gotta go. You just gotta fail. Bottom line, you gotta fail for it.
Everybody's been talking about the Kanye documentary. That is exactly what he's talking about, what Kanye did pretty much. And I want to read this tweet that I wrote at 6:28 a.m. on 2/27/22. There's a movie called Untangled on Tubi. Please
go watch it.
Please do.
That's all it is.
Simple as that.
Yeah.
Like, go watch that movie. You will be entertained. Do not be like Phil and get discouraged because of them commercials, because them hoes are long. But at the end of the day, the movie is very entertaining.
It is.
We don't want to give it away, so we can't give it away. We'll give it away on Patreon though.
Yeah,
we will, but we won't do it here. So that's been episode 183.
Yeah.
Of the Pour Horsemen. They even got an extra 6 minutes out of us today.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying?
The name of this episode should be called The 3 Swifts.
Who's the third Swift?
You, nigga.
Man, that's been episode 183, man. We out.